All right, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, let's talk about Yul Edochie. Yul Edochie has done the worst. What did he do now? Okay, there's this lawyer. There's a video that got leaked up into the internet earlier on, and I'm just gonna play the video and then we'll talk. All right, let's go.
Marriage under the Marriage Act, and you try to marry a second one or marry a second one, that is a crime. So everybody who wants to marry, a smart person who wants to marry in Nigeria, should ask himself, what do you want? What do I want? What sort of marriage do I want? What sort of life do I want to live? Then you choose which law should govern your marriage. So Ned Walker is an intelligent man. He's a lawyer. He's well-traveled. Ned knew he wanted more than one wife. He knew. So he did not marry any woman under the Marriage Act. So he made it clear to everybody that he has right to marry more women. Also, Ned did not Ned is a Muslim, but he did not marry under the Sharia. He married under the customary law of Anyoma people in Delta State, where he is from. So, Ned's marriage to Regina or any of his wives does not violate any law. It does not violate any promise. It does not violate any expectations of monogamy. Because he was, from the beginning, clear that he was not going to be in a monogamous marriage. He wanted polygamy. So, Ned did not violate any law. Compared to Yul Edochie, Yul married May under the Marriage Act. In the Marriage Act, it's very clear. And by marrying her under the Marriage Act, he and May understood they were going into a monogamous marriage. May understood there would not be a second wife. May understood from the beginning that she would be the only wife. Everybody around them, children, parents, understood that they would be in a monogamous marriage. So when Yul began to try to marry Judy, Yul was violating the law. He was violating a fundamental promise. He was violating his vow. He was committing an offense. Even if you don't enforce that offense, he committed a crime. So how can you compare the two? You can't. Anybody comparing the two is plain stupid. Because they're on a different track. Ned Walker is following his track and his rights on that track, according to law. Yul Edochie followed the English track, the Marriage Act track, and then wants to switch. In the middle of the race, he wanted to jump into another track. That is stupid. That's not right. You can't compare them. Now, let us do other things. There is something else you have to deal with when you come to marriage. You're dealing with the issue of fairness. 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 The promises you made to your wife at the beginning of this marriage, are you keeping to it? Are you keeping to that promise? You promised her monogamy, you promised her faithfulness, and you went sleeping with another woman for 6 years in secret, living a double life? No. Ned was clear. Ned told Regina. Regina saw it. Regina saw that Ned was married. And Ned told Regina, I'm going into a polygamy. And Ned told his other wives, according to them, they all understood it. They all welcomed Regina. So there was no deception. There was no fraud. There was no lie in Ned's case. But compared to Yul, Yul was a bloody liar. He lived a double life with a secret woman who was possibly married to another man. That's what we call double-edged adultery. Adultery against your wife, adultery against the husband of the woman you're messing around with. How dare you compare the two? Regina wasn't married to anybody when Ned met her. Indeed, Ned is proud that she was a virgin. And Ned was very candid. Regina was well informed. Even though so young, Regina's mother was involved in the process. So a parental consent and parental participation was achieved. So Ned played it straight. In accordance with his belief system, he wanted polygamy, and he pursued polygamy consistent with the law of his country. But Yul Edochie did something else. And have you ever seen Ned attacking any of the wives? I mean, have you ever seen Ned attacking any of his wives? Have you ever seen Regina attacking any of Ned's wives? Ned's other wives? Regina is praising them instead. But what do you have in Judy? Judy is monstrously pursuing a campaign of calumny and smear against men. And you dare compare them. Something else you people don't understand, but you gotta understand today. Ned is taking care of all the children, all his children. He's paying their school fees, he's feeding them. Yul is not doing that. Yul is not supporting his children as we speak. He's not at all. Indeed, Yul told his daughter that their mother is making more money than him now. Can you imagine? So now you're going into polygamy, but you can't take care of the children? You want to try polygamy? So please, don't compare the two. If you have a marriage under the Marriage Act, and you try to marry a second one or marry a second one, that is a crime. So everybody who wants to marry, a smart person who wants to marry in Nigeria, should ask himself, what do you want? What do I want? What sort of marriage do I want? What sort of life do I want to live? Then you choose which law should govern your marriage. So Ned Nwoko is an intelligent man. He's a lawyer. He's well-traveled. Ned knew. Okay.
I think it's repeating itself now. Let's talk. All right, so we're talking about Yul Edochie. We've been covering Yul Edochie's saga since the very beginning of the demise of his marriage to his first wife, May Yul Edochie, who has since filed for divorce. One day, we just did here, this guy just woke up. One day, he said he wanted, he was celebrating his son from his second wife. And we found out later on he was trying to get ahead of the story that Gistlover was trying to leak. But ever since then, he's been dragging his own family in the mud, directly and indirectly, and all of that. And up to now, outside of maybe one statement that May made, where she was appealing to him to please don't drag the family in the mud, I don't think she's really said anything. I think what she's done is go through the court system, and she's going through the court system for all of that. But this guy continued to do skits and troll himself around the internet with his side chick turned second wife. So that's the up to speed. And the lawyer is apparently, apparently, May's lawyer. And he's just basically shedding light. I guess some people were comparing Ned Okonkwo, Nigerian senator who is a polygamist, they were comparing it to what Yul did. From day one, I told you guys that Yul is not a polygamist. Okay, he's a serial monogamist. There's a difference. Okay, so we covered that from day one. All right, but let me come to the chat. Let me see what your thoughts are. If there's anything special there, I think the lawyer really nailed it on the head. One, it's not about shaming polygamy. Okay, monogamy has, anybody in monogamy relationship has issues too that they have to walk through. There's no doubt about that. So I personally don't think one is better than the other. I just think we as Nigerians, we have hands-on experience when it comes to the downside of polygamy. Okay, but ultimately it's about relationships. It's about your ability as a man to keep your household together. Okay. And if you're a man, like what that man is saying, if you're a man and you're doing what you want to do with your full chest, we can no longer call it cheating or deception or lies because you're doing with your full chest. But once you are doing like this, and you get caught, as a man, right? A man doesn't mean you're perfect. It just means if you get caught with your full chest. Somebody said yesterday, I don't know where I was getting that he owned it with his full chest. No, this guy never owned anything with his full chest. I'm not sure where we're getting that from. What he's doing is trying to control the narrative to fit into a fantasy. And he has not worked thus far. I think the only thing that's worked for the most part is the pastor thing. I think people tuned in. I'm not sure if he continued the YouTube pastor thing. But anyway, all these people trying to compare apple and oranges by force no get sense. And I think that's the point that the lawyer is making. That's May's lawyer. Some people might say he's biased because it's on May's side. Can you listen to what he said before you make that judgment? And then let's talk about what he said. Even I covered Yul Edochie here yesterday when he was talking about it. He said marriage no be do or die. I don't have to look at it's something so simple. He's right about that. Marriage is not do or die. We don't have to now say, hey, because you tend to take side this way, just say something stupid against Yul every time you get a chance. Like, can you assess what he said, right? Instead of looking at the bias. You should look at the bias, but does it make sense to you, right? Anyway, hit the like button as you're coming in, everybody. A whole Odogu. He has money now. Oh, well, they said that guy alleged that he's no longer taking care of his kids. That's a big deal. That's sad. We have a lot of people manipulating and weaponizing their situation against their partner or ex-partners. These are bad, manipulative, abusive behaviors, and it's worth pointing out so that if you encounter one, you know that there's time to seek help. All right, that makes sense that he's May's lawyer. One is better than the other. One has more wahala and headache, I beg. You're talking from personal experience now. Uncle Patrick, sir, good to see you, sir. Well done, sir. Polygamous family is a garden insanity. The downside of polygamy is more. I guess you could say that. I don't have direct, but one thing I can tell you is that when you have any collaborative effort between human beings will create friction. Obviously, if there's more people competing and they're trying to keep their territories and stuff like that, obviously that increases the chances of wahala. You know, that's just a general statement still though. Okay, that's still a general statement. All right. What I can tell you is that people in monogamy relationships, they're not exonerated. They too, not even they too, they are most of the situation we have to date, and they're the one ending up in those divorce courts. So I'm not sure if I'm comfortable making a general statement from my own experience. Like I said, as Nigerians, we do have hands-on experience, and we know that polygamy has some extreme downsides, especially with all the diabolic stuff that was mixed with 30, 40 years ago. It's not a joke, and nobody should be joking around with it, and that's not what I'm trying to do. But I wanted to yield more to what that guy was saying. The lawyer was saying something, that one person has taken that lane with his full chest. That person in this respect is better than this person that's confused with his own lane. You know? Welcome, Bhagavad. All right, so that was the point I was trying to pull out on that one. All right, and some comments here. I'll see if I can get to the comments later on. But you know that Yvonne Jegede also Miss Yan on the reaction we did yesterday, and she had a backlash today as well, and a few people had been dragging her. I'm gonna play that video, and then because we didn't get to it, because shout out to Uncle Beno and Chidima who really engaged the conversation yesterday, so we didn't get to that part. Let me play this.
99% of people that are him on the internet are from second wives and third wives and fourth wives and fifth wives, and sometimes wives that the family does not know about. Let us stop being silly on the internet. I don't see anything he's done wrong, but most of us are from second wives, third wives, fourth wives, wives that the family don't know. This wives that sit there.
Why do you whisper?
Why will not they call the guy?
Somebody said, why you whisper?
You go call the guy. You go call the guy. You go call the guy. Then you go leave network.
Do you understand? Why? And you're saying Regina is now your prayer point. The only she will advise you for marriage.
Maybe
These are the comments I see.
Maybe because in one
Why are
case,
you cursing him?
Maybe because in one case the person own waiting they do with in chest.
But that's what you did.
No, wait. Wait. In the other one, it be like say the person cut corner. When it can't happen, it can't begin to justify.
How is it your business?
I'm a man.
How is it your business?
This is the same Yul Edochie.
We're in it, how is it your business? With the accent of America and England and Omar here at the same time. How is it your business? Anyway, this young lady has made the same mistake. She made it about polygamy. What Yul Edochie did wrong is not polygamy. That's not what he did wrong. And that's one of the points that lawyer was making, right? It's not about that polygamy is wrong. If you think polygamy is wrong, that's a personal opinion. That's perfectly fine, right? But that's not what he did wrong, right? So the fact that he jumped out and say, for my second wife, that's not owning your shit. I don't know why. I don't know. How do I explain this? That's literally him trying to flip the script on everyone, and he managed to do it properly. He managed to get to some people, right? That's not what he did wrong. There are many things he did wrong besides polygamy, from what we can see looking inside in, right? And one of them is not polygamy. Nobody's asking not to do polygamy. If you're going to do it and you are married under a monogamy structure in English laws, you need to understand that as we're moving to the future, those laws that Nigeria always had that was never enforced will now become enforceable. People are getting enlightened. People are being educated. They will enforce it. If you want to move on from a monogamy situation, and then you now go, because there are laws in Nigeria that actually allow you to practice polygamy. That's the issue here. And they have the customary, you don't have to marry somebody under any type of law. They have the Sharia law that allow these kind of things, right? And it's not that you're locked in a situation forever. You can divorce and then you can go out, right? But in addition to not divorcing and doing things the proper way, he thinks he can jump on the internet and troll his own family. In addition to that, there's reports that the woman that he's been doing, what do you call it? Manshaga. What's the English of Manshaga? Fornication. The other one, adultery. That he's been participating in adultery with was the wife of another person at the time that he was messing with her. This has nothing. This lady just made it about polygamy. You see how she missed it, just like everybody else. It's not about polygamy. That's not what it's about. You marry someone else's wife. Exactly. All this hasn't wahala. Most people don't like to share, not to talk of sharing husband. That's true. That's true. That's another layer of some of the things that anyone who is practicing polygamy should be aware of. Women don't like that thing. Now man it a favor. I don't even think it favors men, to be honest, but that's a different conversation. Nedu is a mess and a half. You brought his business to us. He was tipping meat from a pot of soup. There's deception involved. Not just deception to his wife, his ex-wife now. Well, they haven't finalized yet. His wife still till now. Right? Not just deception, but attempt to deceive the general public on a consistent basis. That's what that lawyer was talking about. And Yvonne missed it. It's no wonder why she got dragged to today. Yeah. This is a different conversation from the silent treatment stuff.
Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to bring us up to speed with that. Let's see here. All right. So this other lady came to this lady, Angela Okori. She's dragging Yvonne. I'm going to read what she said. She's an actress too. Yvonne Jegede is an actress. Sorry. He said sorry in the beginning before the slap now. You weren't ready. All right, I will read some of the comments. I will. But this is what real Angel Okori said. She said, failed actress with no pedigree, person go just open mouth. Wow, like person will get diarrhea of the mouth. They insult another woman speaking. Like what the F? Now so this idiot. It's the way Nigerian people say idiots. Now so this idiot and a useless cohorts PR say their mama they mad just for propaganda. Oh well, not every mother is a mother, not every wife is a wife. Some wives are knives. Yvonne, from that podcast you showed how low and senseless you are. You know, some Nollywood girls are used to becoming second wives from snatching people's husbands, so it's normal to them. Else, how can a woman that sucked her mama's breast for 9 months talk like this? Now you are writing nonsense epistles, numbskull upon say you don't old for Nollywood, you know blow, still no get sense. I beg shift, make her see human beings.
This is the same Yul Edochie.
All right, that was a very emotionally laced that was a lot of emotions in that. You know, that's clearly somebody who does not like the idea of polygamy, and that's fine. If even Ned will collect 10 years from now. Regina is too young to understand what she wants out of life, but she will one day. All right, we shall see. Shadi Okoya is still there though. You know, Shadi Okoya is still there. She was young, like and she's going 20 years strong, I think. You know, with 4 kids for Eleganza, right? Papa Okoya. We shall see. Only time will tell, right? Let me go to some of the comments. Say, Yvonne is not a failed actress. She's actually one of the best actresses with so much talent. Le Baton, our defenders are here. We support Angela on this one button. Okay, about 2,000 plus people on that one. Yvonne is better than Angela. Wahala. Call Yvonne whatever, but definitely not a failed actress. She's one of the best actresses. People are rocking with her as an actress. And honestly, overall, that interview, I don't think she did badly. I think people try to take her out of context a lot. That was the one thing that she said. I'm like, what do you mean, Yul? I think she made it about polygamy and she missed it. That's not what it's about. Okay, that's not what it's about. It's not about a human being perfect. A lot of people miss that. What I say, it's not about a human being perfect. It's that when you do become a human being, or you find out you're a human being like the rest of us, own your shit, right? Especially if you're a man. Like, oops, I made a boo-boo. Let's clean it up. Don't just go and be trying to go around the corner and change the narrative and manipulate us with perfection. No one cares about perfection. No one is capable of perfection anyway. You know, so that's really what I want us to pay attention to in Yul's matter. It's not about anybody asking him to be a perfect. It's not about anybody not questioning that May must have been a regular wife who they probably drag each other inside of a marriage. It's not about that. It's about when you find yourself in crisis, how do you handle yourself? How do you conduct yourself? Can you still be a normal human being where you say, well, we're in a mess, we're going to clean it up, it's going to take time? I think you want to try to control the narrative with skits and all kind of messy behavior without consideration for your children. Don't forget that they lost one child in the middle of all this drama. Right in the middle of it. No, Yvonne, we cannot just make that about polygamy. That's the least of the issue. Anybody can practice polygamy if they want. There are laws that support it. If they would deal with, if there's consequences around that, if they don't know what they're doing, like a lot of people anyway, they will collect too. But that's not what this conversation was about. That's why she was saying, what's your business? It's everybody's business. Your business is everybody's business. You're a public figure. Yvonne is not okay. We already covered that. See the way God is fighting for May without her stressing herself. Wahala. Anyway, let me come back to your chats here. Yeah, Regina is a Gen Z. Ned will collect. All right. Mutibo.
Sorry, oh.
Only time will tell. Okay. She's an awesome actress, though. Regina is Gen Z, yo. Sade is not. That's a good point. But still, only time will tell. Okay, only time will tell. Just know that there is God, because all of this that you are wishing bad on Regina's marriage already.
There is God.
May God forgive all of you now. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Let me know what your thoughts are. I know you guys love a Yul story, but there's a lot of lessons in a Yul story. It's not about you getting with a man who is perfect. It's about, can a man hold himself accountable when he messes up, when he makes a boo-boo, right? Or is he going to double down on the manipulative, abusive behavior? That's what it's about. It's not about looking for perfect people. A lot of the stuff you have on your list is looking for perfect people. They don't exist. Okay? Really, they don't. I'm sorry. All right? But, okay, all right. Okay, we just sit down, look. Let's do that. All right. I'll be right back in a few seconds.
Hi, I'm Lola.
And this is Ola from Man of Prestige.
Did you know that nearly 50% of marriages end in divorce?
Studies also show that children raised in two-parent households tend to thrive.
If you're struggling in a broken relationship or marriage, you're not alone in facing these challenges.
But having a solid support system is crucial. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com.